Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing another Five Nights at Freddy's video. Today we're talking about how powerful is the FNAF universe. Basically, I'm just going to go through every little thing that has existed in this universe. So every character, not like every character, but like basically the power sets. And I'm just going to explain the universe, alright? Just explain powers and different abilities that characters and things have in this universe, alright? That's basically what I'm going to be doing. So, I'm going to be starting with FNAF 1. So let's start with that one. So alright, let's begin with how powerful the characters are in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And if you see some stuff on here, I'll explain it all later anyway. So basically, let's start with how powerful are the FNAF 1 characters? Well, intelligence-wise, I'm not really going to cover intelligence in this video, because it's all kind of per character, but you know. Strength-wise, they're close to wall level in strength. I don't know if there are, like, wall level in strength. Like, maybe they can break a break wall, maybe, but, like, not exactly. I'm going to say they are close to wall level in strength. But, like, if you have, like, two of them, like Freddy and Bonnie, they could probably, you know, pick up a car and throw it. Like, how far? I don't know, like, maybe 10 feet. They could definitely pick up a car. Two of them could. And speed-wise, well, I believe they are close to each other. I think like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica are definitely like 25 miles per hour. Foxy is definitely the faster one, I believe. I believe that because he's the lighter one, because he has less mass on him. So, you know, 30 miles per hour is generally the Ralph calculation that everyone uses. So I'm just gonna be using it. Durability-wise, they are kind of really strong in durability. They have a metal endoskeleton, which is already pretty tough. And then they have a wall of like of fur and metal just covering the metal endoskeleton. So they're basically just, yeah. So basically, low caliber bullets like a 22 is not gonna really do much, like barely do anything. Now, mid to high caliber bullets are gonna do some damage. And then if you use, like, a rocket, it's gonna fucking kill them, and you know, yeah. So, basically, low stuff is not, if you want to kill them, use mid to high stuff, because low stuff is just not gonna do anything. So, yeah. So, if I had to give them a power level, because it makes things so much simpler for you guys to understand, this human power level is 5, they're probably, like, a 9, so, you know, really pretty strong. But honestly, their greatest thing is basically their durability. Now, let's move on to FNAF 2, which will be here. Alright, everyone, let's start with FNAF 2 characters. Now, we know the FNAF 2 endos are stronger than the FNAF 1 endo ones. Not by much. I'm saying they're a bit stronger. I think they're, like, stronger. Speed-wise, they're just the same as the regular endos. Maybe a bit slower because they are having heavier mass, but they are stronger, so it's like they're basically the same speed-wise. Durability-wise, they are a bit higher in durability, I would say. The toys and all of them are definitely, a bit higher in durability. So they're basically just a step up in stats, except for speed. So, like, it's, like, more powerful version. So, like, if I gave them a power level, it would be, like, a 10. So, nothing too crazy. But, yeah, I believe these guys could probably lift up a car with some difficulty. Like, with some difficulty, they could lift up a car. And, yeah, so that's basically it. Nothing too crazy with these guys. Let us move on to FNAF 3, which we'll talk about Springtrap. Hey, I'm just gonna cut in here, because Past Marcus did a fucky-wucky and almost forgot to talk about something. So, I was gonna talk about the heights of each character, so let me just talk about that real quick. The FNAF 1 animatronics are like 6'1" in height, so, you know, they're tall, but I'm actually taller than them, which is kind of weird to think. I'm 6'2". The FNAF 2 animatronics are about the same, except for the Wizards. They're much taller. They're like 6'6", or like 2 meters tall, so... You know, they're taller, nothing too crazy, but they are taller. And Mangle is very taller, but that's because she's got her head's on her arm, so it's like raised up by arm's length. So yeah, anyways, let's go on to FNAF 3 now. Alright, so with the FNAF 3, and most of the Phantoms aren't really there, but the Springtrap animatronic, or Springtrap, let's talk about how powerful he is. Now, the spring locks are about the same as the FNAF 2 animatronics in strength. Same, maybe faster than than the Endo 2s. Durability wise, they're the same as the they're like in between Endo 1 and like they're the same as durability wise. He's like the same as the Wizards, but strength wise, he's the same as the 2s. How do we know this? It's kind of confirmed that he does kind of overpower them, kind of. It's the whole thing. So yeah, basically, yeah. So spring lock Endos are basically just around the same as the FNAF 2 Endos, which is kind of crazy to think about. That this William Afton technically made a mech suit. You know what he did? He made a power suit, a power armor from Fallout, without even trying. Like he made a power armor basically. Maybe not the exact same strength level, but still a power armor from Fallout without even trying. Like, imagine if he tried making a military use armor. Oh, 11s. Anyways, so yeah, basically it's nothing there. He's basically just the same. So let's talk about the I'm gonna skip FNAF 4 because it's kind of hard to tell if they're like physically real or just illusions, so I'm just gonna skip it and go to FNAF Sister Location. So let's begin with that. So let us begin FNAF Sister Location. So this one kind of depends on the character you talk about. With all the other Endos, they're basically the same, maybe durability wise and abilities wise, they're all kind of different between characters, but now each one's kind of different in strength, so it's kind of confusing. So I do believe that all of the Funtime Endos are stronger than all the FNAF 2 Endos. But it's kind of different. So, let me put them into the groups. I believe that, Melora, Funtime Foxy, and maybe Ennard are about a bitch. Like, not, like, maybe they can lift 100 more pounds than FNAF 2 Endos. They're not a significant amount to get their own power level. I do believe Funtime Freddy is much stronger than them. I would say he's a power level at 11, you know. And then power level wise, I would say Baby is at 12 because she's huge. She has the same height as Master Chief canonically. So yeah, they are stronger than FNAF 2 Endos. They're probably slower. I'm gonna say they're slower a bit. But that doesn't really help, because that doesn't really matter, because these guys are so much more durable than anyone we've seen before. Yeah, sure, bullets are gonna do, like, bullets, like, are, like, last Endos, they could still you could do a lot of damage with bullets. But these guys, mid and lower tier bullets aren't really gonna do much. If you're gonna need high caliber bullets to really do some real damage. And even then, you're gonna still need a lot of bullets from that. Because now they have a metal frame around their endoskeleton, and their endoskeletons thick, massive metal wires and some metal parts in them. They are massive and everything. So like they are just there. They are powerful, really strong. So strength wise, yeah, you know, not too much of a dramatic increase. They could now all of them could definitely pick up a car, I would say, but you know, maybe if they can balance it over their heads. I don't know if they can, but still, their durability is the best thing about these Funtime Endos, is that they are much more durable and can take a lot more of a punishment. Still, you know, gonna be blown to bits by a rocket launcher, but you know, bullets, you know, not gonna do much. Height-wise, every character is either the same as one, or maybe, you know, nothing too crazy. Baby's the tallest one here. She's definitely, you know, massive. So, like 7'2", Master Chief height. Alright. So, I'm gonna go over to FNAF 6, or FNAF Pizza Sim, and let's begin with that. On with the Rockstar animatronics in this game, and well, it's the same exact shit as last time. Yeah, it's just the same stuff. Like, yeah, like that. All the rock stars are basically just the FNAF 2 animatronics. Maybe they're made with, like, cheaper parts, but they're all just the FNAF 2 animatronics. Durability and strength, nothing different. So I'm just gonna put them right there and just, you know, you get it. Nothing too crazy. Basically, any animatronic in this game has, like, equivalent one of its strength and value wise. So, you know, nothing too crazy. They're all just the same. So yeah, let's move on. So I'm going to be skipping Help Wanted and Ultimate Custom Night and Special Delivery, just because all the characters in there are just basically, you know, the same as something else. So, you know, let's move on to Security Breach. So let's check it out. Alright, let us begin with Security Breach. Now, the Glamrock Endos are basically, durability-wise, they're the same as the FNAF 2 Endos. Maybe a bit higher, but still. They are stronger than most of the fun times. They're about the same as Baby, I would say, in strength. But the thing about these guys is their speed. They are increased in mobility. They can move way more. They're more active. They can move more. They're just more mobile than any other characters, and they can. They're just way more movable. So you know, they are faster. We literally see them jumping across rooms in the game. So like, they're probably even lighter. So they could just jump like a fucking Hulk. Maybe not the exact same distance, but you know, they could jump where they need to go to. It's like not that crazy. It's like height-wise, they're all taller than all of them are basically taller than me. They're like at least 6'3". You know, you could see them down. You could see the little characters down below. All right. So if I had to put them, they're all the same as Baby, like a power level of 12, which is pretty strong. I'm gonna put the Mimic on the same strength level, just because it seems like that's what it is. Mimic's kind of hard to tell. Durability-wise, it doesn't have the nice shell, so it's less durable technically, but you know, strength-wise, it's the same. And so yeah, all of them are about the same durability. I mean, I'm gonna say the boy endos are definitely probably have more of a weight thing, so you know, maybe they can like push something or hold something, stop a forcing object better than the female ones. But you know, they're all just the same basically in power, which is kind of weird to think about it. Fazbear has made powerful robots that could just basically pick up a car, like throw it a couple feet, and they're using them to sell pizza. What the heck is with this company? Now, for that whole section there, I was not even talking about these two right here. These two are definitely the powerhouses of FNAF in strength-wise, basically. These are just kaiju, basically. They're massive, tall creatures. I don't know the exact strength, but they're definitely like house level in strength. They're very slow. They're very durable, definitely. But they are very slow, so, you know, not speed-wise, they've lost. But strength-wise, they're basically a house. They could destroy a house. Maybe, I think the Tangle is stronger than DJ Man, but it's, they're generally-wise, they're just whatever, alright? So, yeah, everything is just there. You can see it all now. You can see all the characters now and how they all stacked up to each other. The Generation 1 Endos, the classic Freddy versus, like, Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy is going to probably defeat him pretty easily. I mean, he's just faster, moves, just hits way harder, you know, that stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of that. But I want to talk about something else. Now, I'm not going off topic. So, this is a video about how powerful the FNAF universe is. And so far, I've only talked about, like, the characters, but what about the special things that exist in this universe, like the special science and technologies and the special magic spells and everything? So yeah, I'm going to talk about that. First, I'm going to talk about what's the supernatural of this world, what is the supernatural of this world, and then I'll go on to that. So let's talk about what is the supernatural abilities and things that exist in this world. First off, we have just ghosts. Ghosts exist in this world. That's definitely the most well-explained thing in this world. Obviously, everyone knows about that. You know, it's kind of one of the main focuses on the franchise. Second thing I want to talk about is transmogrification, or basically turning something into something else. It's basically just that. That does exist, but only in the books, but probably does exist in the main timeline. We do see a character turn into a kids at play sign, so, you know, it's very painful, So, it's not like, oh, I could just snap my fingers and you turn into that. No, it's like a slow, painful transformation. So, yeah. Another thing that exists is zombies kind of exist in this world. So we never see like a zombie, like a full-on zombie Walking of the Dead, though. I could totally see someone making just a zombie that listens to them. Teleportation does exist, kind of. It depends on the teleportation's there's both a scientific and supernatural way of teleportation in this world, so I'll just put it in here. Curses kind of exist, so you can put a curse on someone in this world. Maybe, I don't know. This is the less explained one of any of these things, where, yeah, curses kind of exist. Basically, Foxy, in one story, did put a curse on someone. Now, does that mean, can it be replicated and put on everyone else? I don't know. I would assume so, probably. And two really big ones, heaven and hell are real in this world. Yes, they are. Kind of. They never say the names. They never go, oh, this is hell, this is heaven. They never talk about, like, exactly. They just say there's a really dark place and there's a really good place. That's all they say. So, obviously, heaven and hell do exist in this world. Now, the origins of this place and the origins of that, they never go into detail of. It could be literally anything. I like to think that in this world, emotions are just so powerful that all the good emotions go to heaven and all the bad ones just go to hell, kind of fueling those worlds. That's an idea I like. Though, it could be literally anything, and I don't really care about that. It's literally heaven and hell. It's just there to say, oh, well, don't worry, this guy suffers really hard, or gets a great reward. It's basically just that. Yeah, so it's basically just that is the world that, yeah. So that's all the supernatural stuff in FNAF, which, surprisingly, is not a whole lot of unique things. Like, yeah, sure, there's... The best thing we know about is the ghost stuff, and basically how that works, but, like... Everything else is just whatever. Like, there's not much supernatural stuff in here. So yeah, let's talk about what is scientifically possible. I want to talk about one thing real quick. Let me solve this. Alright, I'm pretty sure we've all heard about the robot-human situation, about how some people are just robot people in this world. I want to go into a deeper explanation about that. So, Charlie is a robot. That is confirmed 100%. But the implications of that is just... Remember, Charlie still didn't know she was a robot for a while, so she had to eat stuff. So that means Henry had to build a digestive tract for this robot. Constantly, remember. So, how did he do that? Remember, because, like, she has to believe that she is not a robot. So Henry had to just make a whole digestive system, which is crazy to think of. Also, she gets cut many times and probably would get cut growing up. So how would Henry, deal with the problem of, well, fake skin does not regrow like normal skin? How does that work? Henry would have to design a skin that we have to regrow. How the did he do that? How? That is insane. He made a fake skin that can somehow be so realistic that is practically just skin and can regrow. How the did he do that? And let's not forget hair, because guess what? People change their hairstyles from there and there. So Henry had to make sure this hair could also, he had regrowable hair. Because, like, this hair, her hair, and maybe Gregory's hair, because I don't know if the whole theory about Gregory's a robot thing, I put him in here just to imply. If the hair has to regrow, because you don't want them to think they're not a robot, so you have to make sure they cut their hair, the hair will grow back eventually. It is just insane to think about it. He made skin. But also remember, if what Henry did to Charlie is true, remember, he had to make sure this is so realistic that it would trick even adult, like a young adult, that it was not a robot, that it was a robot, that it was not a robot. So everything that that any of my lady girls in the audience have to deal with growing up, he had to program that into her. Everything, even in that down area, that special area, had to be molded. Everything programmed. Literally, he had to create a human out of nothing but parts and fake blood. How do you do that? How does he do periods? How does that work? How does any of that work? And if Gregory robots too, remember, everything that Gregory has to do, yeah, pee. Just imagine peeing and pooping. How did you program that? How did you do that? That's not possible. And this is the 1980s. This is not modern day technology we have, like, where we could maybe somewhat do this. No, this is 1980s, and he made robots that are so realistic. They have to poop, pee, they can bleed, do all of this. They can think, they can feel everything. They just, what the fuck? That is just insane. And remember, there's everything down from the special areas, which I'm not going to talk about. And also, remember, he had to mold every wrinkle, every little thing on that skin. Everything, even that special area down below. That is just insane to think about. And remember, he had to make the brain so realistic, because in the books, Charlie is also tricked by the discs, the illusion discs. So that means her brain must be so similar to humans that it can be tricked by the exact same shit. How the fuck did he do that? He made everything. This is so realistic. It is basically a human. You wanna know something? Fazbear probably has the exact same technology that could do this. Let me tell you something. So you know in Zootopia where every character is an animal, yes, but they're all biologically animals. They have all flesh, organs, they are biologically animals, all of them. Remember, if Fazbear has the exact same technology that Henry used for that, which they probably do, they could probably do it, they could technically just make the characters, like everyone in the Pizzaplex, just so realistic that they practically act like biological beings. Practically act. They can make Roxy, like, so realistic. Everything, down to the minute details. Realistic. Just to sell pizza. They can literally just do that. They can literally just make, imagine Roxy and Wolf with everything. Just everything. Hair, eyes, a brain like a human brain, everything, blood, everything, just down to the minute details. Everything in Roxanne Wolf. Just imagine that. They could totally do that. Like it's nothing. Imagine, they could do all 5 of the main animatronics. They could do all of the animatronics, basically. Except for, probably, I don't know about DJ Music Man, but still, they could probably just do the main 5 that they have in the game. Like, with Grandma Bonnie included in that. They could just imagine them. They made that so realistic that they're practically alive. Like, Freddy with like bear-like flesh and hair. And Roxanne with with wolf-like flesh, crocodile skin, bunny fur, all of it. They could just do it like it's nothing. Like it's just party trick. Though it would probably cost them a ton of fucking money. I'm gonna be honest, it would probably cost a lot of fucking money. But still, it's just, they could just do it like it's nothing, basically. They could just do it like it's, oh yeah, we could just do that. Like, they could just make it real. And let's talk about the other stuff that Fazbear Tech has. Let's talk about all the tech they have in this damn company. Because I forgot to put it all on here, but still, they have holograms that are they have holograms that can interact with the physical world. Like in the books, and we see in the games, they have holograms. And the holograms, if they wanted to, could just interact with the world. Just move something. They have holograms that can move stuff. And let's not forget that they have AI so advanced, it is practically sentient. It is alive, basically everything. And they have AR and VR tech beyond anything we have right now. You know how Elon Musk is working on brain chips and all that, so you could connect to stuff? Fazbear has that tech. They probably had that tech since the 1990s. And let's not forget they have an army of bots, and they could probably just make 1,000 bots whenever the heck they want to. They have illusion discs, and they have smartphones from the 1980s, basically. They have maybe not the exact same tech as smartphones, but something similar to it. in the 1980s. And let's not forget, they have Fazgoo and the Sea Bonnies. Sea Bonnies and Fazgoos, they've made biological life. Not like a fake little robot. They made biological life. So you know that Zootopia... So you know that whole Zootopia thing where I say, like, basically they could just recreate, like, a false animal, basically, just so realistic? They could probably just make a real, life Roxanne Wolf that is... Imagine, they can just make a biological Roxanne Wolf, like an actual living creature, like, by standards of now. They could just recreate one, basically. They could just do it. They could just do it, like an actual Roxanne Wolf that will be born, grows up, lives, and dies. They could just do it like that. It is that they could just... I don't know if they're on that level of making basically another human, but I would not be surprised if they could just make an actual biological Roxanne Wolf. They could just make all of this. They are just gods. Let me explain something. What would Fazbear do if they had used their tech for military use? They could make so much stuff. Think about it. If they really wanted to, they could just... Imagine if Fazbear Tech, they made like a power suit from Fallout. They could probably make ones stronger than the ones in the game, in Fallout games. Like, if I have to say, if I say they tried to make a power suit as strong as... they can make one with a power level of 15, which is like... Think about it, they could just make they could make a power suit that could just... And someone could get in it and pick up a car and, like, throw it 30 feet or, like, 10 meters. Just throw it. Like, it's nothing. Like, what the fuck? They could just do that. And imagine if they made, like... Imagine they made, like, a DJ Music Man for war. Like, they put a gun on it, made it stronger... Just for war. Like, they can make one with a power level of, like, 30. Imagine if they have the stuff to make nukes. Like, nukes. Like, you know the Tsar Bomb, the most powerful nuke in the world? If I have to give that a power level, it would probably be, like, power level of 270. They could make one that could just... They could maybe make a nuke that could destroy an entire state. Maybe, like, you know, the state of Florida. They can make one that could maybe destroy the state of Florida. Just, like, they could just do this. Imagine, Freddy Fazbear could probably... The cat company could probably hack into every nuclear device, every system, and just conquer the world. If they wanted to. If they wanted to. Or, better yet, you know what else they could do? They could save the world. They can maybe increase our health system everywhere. They could just take over the world and increase our health system. And increase technology. Maybe we can go into space sooner. Like, you know how... I'm going to tell you something. In the year 2025, we're planning to go back onto the moon and start setting up for colonization. Fazbear Tech could have done that probably in like 2000. Maybe even sooner than that. Probably even sooner than that. They could, if they had the resource, if they give them the money and the resources, they could just, we could be on Mars if they conquer the world right now. Honestly, in the news games, by the year 2037, that's 2036 or something, around that time, they could be on Mars, already putting a colony on Mars, or yet on Ceres, the dwarf planet. They could just... I don't think they can invent something faster than light yet, but still, they could just conquer. They could, you know what they could do? They could save the planet, or destroy it by hacking every system and blowing it up, the planet. They could just do that. They could save Earth, or destroy it, or heck, they could maybe even conquer the whole solar system. They have all this power, and you know what they use it for? All of this, just to sell fucking pizza. It's so wacky, and that's why I love this franchise. It's so weird and stupid, and I love it. I love this franchise so much. It's literally one of my favorite franchises in the world, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope this broke your all minds like it did mine. Like, jeez, this video is just weird, and there's probably stuff I missed. Like, I bet you there's so much stuff I missed. There could be so much stuff I missed. Look, this franchise is weird, and I hope that you enjoy this video. Now, before you go, I do want to talk about something real quick. Let me show you. I want to talk about 3 video ideas I have. The first video idea is basically FNAF versus Poppy Playtime. That's a video idea I have. And then the next video idea I have is Planet of the Apes versus the Alien versus Predator franchise. And then the next one is FNAF versus the Alien Predator franchise. All 3 videos I do want to make. And all videos are coming, but I don't know which one I want to do first. So I'm going to ask you guys for help. Would you mind please choosing a video, like commenting it down below? Just all you have to do is say A, B, or C. Just say which one you want to see the most, and I'll do it first. They're all gonna come out. They're all gonna come, but which one I do first is up to you guys. So decide that, please. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you later.